Hello students and welcome to Supporting Learners. So in this video we are going to learn about the types of cells, that is the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. This is the part 5 of chapter 8 cell, the unit of life of class 11 biology. So all this while we have been talking about the cell. But do you know what cells are actually made up of and what is the meaning of cellular compartmentalization? To understand this term, I will give you a situation. For example, I give you some t-shirts, some jeans and some books. And I tell you to keep all these things inside a cupboard. So how will you keep them? Will you keep them randomly anywhere inside the cupboard? No. You will keep them in a certain way. For example, you wish to keep your jeans over here, you keep your t-shirts over here and all your books in this shelf. So you have not kept everything randomly inside the cupboard. Instead, you have organized these things, shelves. So what you have done is you have made compartments for different things inside your cupboard. And why you have done this? To keep them in an organized way, so that it is easy for you to find these things as and when you require them, right? In a similar way, the cell also does compartmentalization. All the cells have made some compartments, and these compartments are called cell organelles. These compartments are called cell organelles. Now inside the cell, apart from these cell organelles, many other things like the proteins, lipids and many other molecules are present. Now these things inside the cell, they are not just lying randomly here and there inside the cell. Instead, all the cells, they have well-defined compartments, and each compartment has been designated a certain function. A particular function is performed by each of these compartments. And why does a cell do that? A cell does that to increase the efficiency of the subcellular processes that are taking place inside the cell. So each compartment has a confined space, and each of them is specialized to perform a particular function. So this is how the cell increases its efficiency of functioning. Right, now let's talk about two types of cells, that is the prokaryotic cells and the eukaryotic cells. Now every cell can be classified either as a prokaryotic cell or a eukaryotic cell. Now in the word prokaryotic, pro means primitive. The word pro means primitive and karyon means nucleus. Karyon meaning nucleus. So these prokaryotic cells, they are primitive cells, right? They are old cells. So their cell structure and function, they are very simple. Whereas eukaryotic cells, eu means new and karyon means nucleus. And karyon means nucleus. So these cells are comparatively advanced and more complex in their structure and function as compared to the prokaryotic cells. Okay, so prokaryotic cells are primitive cells. They are smaller in size, although they look same here, of the same size, but prokaryotic cells are actually much smaller in size than the eukaryotic cells. So now let's compare them. First look at their similarity. What are the similarities between these two cells? First of all, every cell, whether it's prokaryotic or eukaryotic, it has a plasma membrane. So every cell has got a plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is the outer covering of the cell, which separates the contents of the cell from the external environment. Okay, so prokaryotic cells have this cell membrane, and the eukaryotic cells also have this cell membrane over here. Right, second thing is the cytoplasm here. Now cytoplasm is a fluid content inside the cell. So this fluid content is present in both prokaryotes as well as the eukaryotes. And the third thing is the ribosomes. So second thing cytoplasm, and third is the ribosomes. Ribosomes are found in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. They are the non-membranous organelles and their function is to manufacture the proteins. Okay, so ribosomes manufacture the proteins. So both the prokaryotes and eukaryotes, they have ribosomes, although the prokaryotic ribosomes are smaller in size than the eukaryotic ribosomes. Right, now let's talk about the point of differences between these two types of cells. Now the prokaryotic cells, do not have a well defined nucleus. Now just look at this. Now this is the genetic material of the prokaryotic cell, and this genetic material is just lying naked inside the cell. It is not covered by any membrane. So there is no well defined nucleus means that the nucleus is not covered by a nuclear membrane. And such type of undefined nuclear region is called the nucleoid. So this is called the nucleoid. Okay, this undefined nuclear region is called the nucleoid. Whereas if you see in the eukaryotic cells, there is a well defined nucleus, means that the nucleus is covered by a nuclear envelope. Okay, so there is a well defined nucleus. Next difference that we see here in the prokaryotic cell, there are no membrane bound cell organelles. Okay, membrane bound cell organelles are found in eukaryotes. For example, if you see here the membrane bound organelles, for example, the endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, and the lysosomes, peroxisomes, they are all membrane bound organelles. These are found in eukaryotes, whereas they are not found in the prokaryotes because they are primitive cells. Okay, so they lack these membrane bound cell organelles, and they do not even have a well defined nucleus. This shows that the eukaryotic cells are more advanced than the prokaryotic cells. Okay, so let's just summarize the differences. Prokaryotic cells are generally small sized, and they are between 1 to 10 micrometers in size. And 1 micrometer is actually equal to 10 raised to power minus 6 meters. So the size range is 1 to 10 micrometers, and in eukaryotic cells the size range is 5 to 100 micrometers. So they are larger in size than the prokaryotic cells. And this small size actually helps the prokaryotic cells to divide rapidly. So prokaryotic cells, due to their small size, they can divide very rapidly. For example, bacteria. Bacteria are very good examples of prokaryotes, and they can divide very rapidly. Whereas eukaryotic cells, because they are larger size, so they cannot divide very rapidly. Prokaryotic cells have a single chromosome. So as I told you that they do not have a well defined nucleus, there is no nuclear membrane, the genetic material is just lying naked over here. So chromosome, so there is a single circular chromosome. So these chromosomes are actually the thread like structures which are made up of proteins and the DNA. So if there is there is just this nucleoid undefined nuclear region in which the DNA is lying naked over here, so there is single chromosome. Whereas in eukaryotic cells, the genetic material is organized into different threads which are called the chromosomes, and there is more than one chromosome. Okay, so the DNA is organized into thread like structure called chromosomes, into well organized in more than one chromosomes. Okay, so prokaryotes, there is no well defined nucleus, and in eukaryotes there is a well defined nucleus. Well defined nucleus means that the nucleus is lined by a nuclear membrane. Right, the fifth point is that the membrane bound cell organelles, for example the ER, Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, etc., they are absent in prokaryotes, whereas the membrane bound organelles, they are present in the eukaryotes. In the prokaryotes, they have a circular DNA, whereas in the eukaryotes, they have a linear DNA. Linear means straight. And in prokaryotes, the nucleolus is absent, and in eukaryotes, the nucleolus is present. Nucleolus is a structure present inside the nucleus. You can see it over here that in the eukaryotes have a nucleolus, whereas in prokaryotes, there is no nucleolus. DNA is naked and not associated with histone proteins. DNA is a deoxyribonucleic acid. It is the genetic material of the cell, and this is naked. It is just lying naked in a region called nucleoid, and it is not associated with histone proteins. Histone proteins are the proteins which are present in eukaryotes, and they help in the packaging of the DNA. Now what happens is that DNA is a very long molecule. It is a very long thread. So it has to be packaged in a certain way. So this is a histone protein around which, and around this DNA is actually wrapped like this. Okay. in order to fit the DNA, the long thread inside the nucleus. Next point is about the ribosomes. Now ribosomes are of much smaller size in prokaryotes, and in eukaryotes they are of larger size. And the examples of prokaryotes includes bacteria, mycoplasma and blue-green algae, which are called the cyanobacteria, which help in the nitrogen fixation. And the example of eukaryotes are the amoeba, euglena and other higher organisms. So thank you for watching this video. In the next video we will be talking about the types of eukaryotic cell, that is the plant cell and the animal cell.